drawing together with me. We are continuing with a tile today so that we can make yet another one of these coasters. And these are the two we already made. I think they are really, really pretty. So we're going to make a picture for this one. And I have my translucency tile here, 3.5 tile. And all my things. So first of all, I am going to relax my shoulders, my hands, my fingers. Take a deep breath. And just be grateful for being here today. I'm starting with my pencil and I am making a dot in each of my corners. And I'm connecting these dots with a line to make my border. There we go. I'm going to make a border pattern right here. See if I can get this to look like I want to. And I was thinking of popping in another pattern over here. I'm not gonna use my pencil for that, so I'm gonna start right here, and I'm using my black micron pen. You can use a 01 or another fine liner, and I'm just gonna start with drawing up these lines here for my little border tangle. And that will be this one right here. And I'm going to make a double line. And remember that your fine liner ink here can smudge if you touch it way too soon. So take it easy and let it dry a little between every line you make so you don't smudge anything. Then I'm gonna go in here with a V shape like this, and I'm gonna make another V shape, and I'm gonna do this all the way down my line here. Like that. Then I am going to go in here, finding the middle on the top, and I'm making a line from there to this point, and again from the top point here to this point. So that would be the top here, going to this point and going out to the same point somewhere out there, and the same here, like that. Then I'm gonna go in and find the next of these, and I'm gonna make a line from this point and down here, and from this going somewhere out there. Then from this point here, the middle here, to this point, and from here to there. And of course, if you have more, you are going to do more. Then we're going to aura this inside space. That we have here. And I am going to color this black. this shape we got. And I'm just taking my time with that. Remember not to grip your pen too much, you don't want to strangle it. And loosen your hand and your shoulder a tiny bit. And remember to breathe. And just enjoy the work that we do. I'm gonna make some lines up here. Because I like these lines so much. I'm not the best at making auras. I actually hate making auras on bigger objects. But these small lines here, I really like those because I think they give a piece a lot of life. Not everything have to be darkened out or colored in, but sometimes stripes are actually making something really cool on a project like this. And this last space here as well. Oops. There we go. I like that. That's neat. For some reason this little spot don't want to be colored in. So I'm going to leave that one, and then I'm gonna make something over here. I think I'm gonna make this pattern. So I'm just gonna start with my first little leaf stem right here. I'm going up around the half of it and making another one, and I am going to aura it back, but from the tip of that one more from the tip, and auraing it back and again, and auraing, and I'm just letting it grow all the way up here, getting a tiny bit smaller on the way up. And I think I'm gonna make this last one. And I'm going back here, and I'm starting here at this point on the underside, and I'm kind of making my leaf shape here. So I'm going a bit in and then outward and hitting the stem again. In, outward, and back in. And I'm doing this everywhere where I have this little stem. And I'm just taking my time with this and enjoying the process. There we go. Then I'm starting here at the tip and going under what I just have made, So going out, following it under and continuing. Starting from the tip, going behind. Starting from the tip, going behind. And the last one, like that. So that's the pattern as it is. I don't really know what to do here. I did have an idea for something to put in there, but actually I think I'm just gonna make a few whispering lines here from the stem and out. And I'm gonna turn my tile a bit, and I'm gonna do it here on the other side. Very simple, very, very simple. We need to turn this one around. Let me make sure it is dry. And I want to have two patterns here, and I'm thinking of making a line down here, or I could make it like that. I'm not really sure right now. Maybe do it like this and then see what's happening. Okay, and I'm taking this pattern right here. Let me bring this down. And I'm gonna work along here. So I'm gonna start with my orbs, and I'm actually going to color in these orbs. So I'm just following my line and keeping around 1 centimeter between each of my orbs, or dots, or yeah, let's call that dots. And I am ending so that I don't go in over that pattern. Then I'm just gonna go around 1 centimeter down and make another row of my dots so that I make kind of a square with them. And I'm trying not to go over the lines on the other side of this piece of paper. There we go. Making sure this is not smudgeable. Then I'm gonna find a place like this, and I'm going around my dot and to the other side of this orb and around that one. And I'm gonna do that all the way down this line. And I'm gonna make this one kind of disappear out in nothing. The same with here. I have a square right here, so that it would be like this, and then this one would go around and go down there, and this one would go out in nothing. Like that. Then I am again making sure that I am not smudging anything. And I am gonna go find one of these orbs here, and I'm gonna go follow this orb around the line, over it, and end on the line. So start at the top, going to the line, around, and end on it. And I'm gonna do that everywhere. And again, I am not going over the lines that we have down here. The next one is this one. So that will come around like that. From this one around and end, and this one would go out. And this one would go out to the next line as well. And here we might be able to see nothing, I think. Okay. Then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna aura this little part here. And I'm just gonna take my time with this. I'm not sure I did that when I made a video about this pattern. I hope I did, because that is a part of the step out. Oops. And there. And the last step is going in with some small lines. And again, making sure I'm not gonna smudge anything. So in this bigger part down here, I'm gonna pop in the small lines. Looks pretty neat with that. Somehow reminds me a bit of notes. I really like this pattern. And I have a few more here. And what you do in one, you are going to do in all of these. And the last one. I like that. I was thinking of maybe making kind of an a line to divide those two patterns, or maybe I should just leave it like that. I actually think it's pretty. Okay, let me make the last pattern here. That is this one, and I'm doing that on this side as well. So here I am starting again with some dots just like before, or orbs, and I'm gonna pop a little more space in between these, because I think that makes it easier. And again, just like before, I'm going in and making the square grid with my dots. Can I have a little there? And so that's the first part of it. Then I'm gonna go in, actually I think I have a dot right here, so I'm gonna make as if I am auraing a dot right there. So I'm auraing at the dot and making a line, auraing the dot, making a line, auraing my dot, making a line, and so on, all the way down. I think I should be able to see a little of it. So I'm auraing my dot, making a line, auraing my dot, and so on the other side as well. Taking my time with this. And I'm gonna do that down here as well. So aura, line, aura, line, aura, line, aura, and on the other side. And again, I'm stopping before I hit the drawing on the other side. Like that. Just making sure it is dry before I continue. Then I am going again, just the opposite way. So I'm kind of auraing here from the line and over, and auraing, oops, that didn't go well, auraing and to the line, and I'm gonna stop it right there where I have my string line. Anyway, I'm gonna do it here again, aura, aura line, aura. And again, going behind when I hit another pattern. Taking my time with this one. I think this is a cool design. There we go. Almost done with the pattern. Because now we're gonna go in here around the first orb thing we made, and making another round shape around everything and going behind when we hit a line. And again, I'm taking my time with this. Remember to breathe. Relax your shoulders. And enjoy every little stroke you make. Don't worry if it doesn't look great. Every one of these tiles have a not so cool looking state. So anyway, that is the pattern. I am gonna go in here and aura this inside shape here. This is my idea. And that's a good part. Oops, that's a good part about these patterns, that you can embellish them almost just like you want to, or just like you want to, because it's your pattern and your seer. And for those who don't know, a seer is a Zentangle inspired art. So art inspired by Zentangle. And that's what we're doing right here. There we go. Let me look at the other side. I actually think this is cool. Again, I want my stripes in there. I was thinking about coloring this in black, but I think I'm gonna just pop in some stripes. So this piece is gonna be all striped. That's my big cat coming to say hello. No. He wants me to cuddle. What I'm gonna do when I'm done with this. But now I want these lines in there. And I'm respecting my string line here. Of course he wants my attention when I am drawing. Because when I'm just sitting in my couch, there is nothing from him. But as soon as I turn on my camera, he is crying for attention. And we actually have two cats, but the little guy is not that attention seeking as the big one is. I think he's just lying in the couch right now, relaxing. But the big one wants my attention. Anyway, that's it. I like that. And I'm gonna put my micron down, making sure that this is dry before I turn it around. So I'm gonna go take my graphite. Sorry about that. First, actually, I'm gonna erase the string line here because it's a little too visible for me. There we go. That's better. So I'm gonna pop in some graphite here at the end of each of my leaves. Just a tiny bit. Remember, graphite goes a long way on this paper, so you don't want too much. There we go. Then I'm gonna turn my page here on my paper around, and I'm gonna do the same here on the other side. And And taking my Tortillion, and softening out that graphite. Let's see what I'm gonna do with this one. I think I'm gonna pop in. I'm not gonna pop in on all 4 sides here because there is more than enough for all 4 sides with these small lines here. So I'm just gonna go in with my Tortillion and soften out the graphite all along the line around this diamond shape. And you can see there is more than enough graphite here. I can actually make this whole piece gray if I wanted to with it. But I'm only wanting that gray color in the corners here of this tile. I think that looks very good. So I'm gonna pop in a line of graphite here where this ribbon ends. And I'm gonna use my Tortillion to soften that out. And I am going in small circles when I'm doing that. And I want to get it a little longer out, doing it like that. Turning my tile, and I'm gonna do the same over here, popping in a tiny bit of graphite along this pattern here. Like that, using my Tortillion to soften that out. Again with my circle movements. I do have a video somewhere about how to make a Tortillion of a piece of paper, because it's not good to use your finger on this paper, because as soon as you use a finger on your paper, you are putting down some oils from your skin that makes it impossible to erase the graphite. Not that we want to, but it is going to make it impossible to erase it. So you really don't want to use your finger. Also, it can affect the colors on the paper, so don't use your fingers. Take a Q-tip if you don't have a Tortillion, or make it yourself. I'm actually gonna extend this little end here with a little curly end thingy. And again, I'm gonna pop in a little graphite here where it is going under the first leaf. There we go, I like that. Turn this around. I'm not sure what to do here. I think I am going to make a line of graphite all the way up here on the side of this pattern, this one, and I'm gonna soften that out here, making sure I don't go into the leaf. And I'm just gonna soften this up. Down into this pattern here. And again, I'm gonna color up here or make a shading from the line of the pattern behind the paper. Just a second. Night. Night. I'm back. I am working on a 3D puzzle that I got from my husband for Christmas, and my big cat for some reason decided to jump up into all my pieces of that. That was a bit annoying, but I think I saved what I made so far. So no problem. I think I'm gonna pop in a tiny bit of shading here on one side of these diamond shaped inner thingy. Just softening that out with my Tortillion. There we go. I think that is what I'm going to do on this one. I could do more, but I'm not sure I want to. Maybe find some white in a second and pop in. I think I'm gonna do that. Personally, I love working with colors, but I'm trying to keep these the same for this set of 4 coasters. So I don't want to bring colors in here, but I can bring in the white, and I have a brand new Tortillion here for my white jackal. And as you see, I did pop it into the tip here of these leaves. It's not that easy to see here, but if you place this one on a colored table, it will definitely be able to be seen. So I kind of like the white here. Maybe even color in the top dot here, or a diamond shape. I think that would be one as well. Taking my Tortillion so I can soften out the white and put it into the whole piece of this little design. Let's turn it around and see what to do. I'm not sure. Maybe these half orbs here could have a little white. But you can do this just as you want to, and if you want to pop colors in yours, please do. It's fun to play around with colors. But sometimes it also is nice just to go back to basic black and white coloring. Maybe kind of making a tiny highlight here. Again, just because we can. And I am using circle movements to soften that out. A tiny bit. There we go. I think that's it. I really like this tile. It came out really, really awesome. And now for this, see if I can open this. All my nails are kind of broke for the time. There it is. The done coaster for today. And let me find the other two. They're right here. So we have now 3 coasters, and you cannot see them all. So we have now 3 coasters, and I have 1 left of these coasters for the whole series, or what you want to call it, gift. Is all done. This will make a nice little gift for someone. I think these turned out really, really neat. Anyway, this was the one we made today. I think it is really, really cool, and I like that you can turn it one way or the other. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Have an attitude of gratitude.